Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing another ship showcase from the Draconis Expanse server because so many players have been asking for another one. Luckily, I have so many ships that people have submitted to me from the server and from the community to showcase that it's not really a problem to do another one. To reiterate, these ships are made for the Draconis Expanse server and are using a custom mod pack that will be linked in the description of this video. Let's go ahead and jump right into the first one. This first ship is the Sparhawk Corvette by Germstorm. The thing I love about this ship is the unique shapes that Germstorm uses. He uses these huge spires on the back to really get those nice protruding, super firing PDCs. And in the front, he also has these nice round shapes that you saw at the beginning of this clip. Round pillar-like shapes are really things that are not used very often on the server, and I think it really makes this ship stand out. It has a very unique shape, and it's also nice and compact, which I think gives it a very usable feel compared to many of the larger cruisers. It has a lot of PDCs, and I really like how it has this hazard ring that goes around the entire midsection of the ship, really gives it a unique feel. And then Germstorm uses these 3x1 slopes to really give it a more unique and sleek shape that then blend into this huge round section at the front with double large mag plates. So this thing is really meant to secure either wrecks or cargo or floating debris, and then use the grinder skiff that is conveniently located in this tiny little hangar in the midsection of the ship. There's a large grid grinding skiff, which is really great because that way you can merge it to the ship. So there's zero clang when you're using the Epstein stabilizer or doing combat maneuvers because it's merged to the grid. So physics are the exact same. This is tiny little large grid skiff, and then of course a really great CSC on the inside. Other than that, it's pretty bare. Next up is the Bulwark Heavy Frigate by Void. This is a recreation of the MCRN Heavy Frigate from the show. In the show, you can see the MCRN and Free Navy flying this heavy frigate. And I think this is a really great creation, especially the way that they use the PDCs to create super firing arcs facing forward, which is great. So each PDC can fire over, and then of course 6 torpedoes in the front to really give it that heavy feel. This is a very small ship, very compact, but it does have a very good loadout for a ship its size. It's a single drive ship, so it's not super redundant, but it does have good speed, and this is a huge drive on the back that allows it to go very fast and accelerate at a good clip. And of course it has those 2 PDCs on the port and starboard sides that fire backwards, allowing for it to screen torpedoes that are coming up from behind. Again, just a beautiful ship, and it is painted in Laconian blue colors because Void is part of LAC and this is built for LAC. So you get to see another look into the great aesthetic taste that the Laconian Navy has. And of course you have a nice little hangar down here. The inside of this ship is pretty sparse, so I'm not really going to show it, but zooming out you can see the ship just has a really great silhouette overall. Next up is the Emancipator class, either light cruiser or heavy frigate, depending on how you want to look at it. This is also by Void, also for Laconia. A single railgun ship with quad drives in the back and a ton of PDC coverage, really allowing for great torpedo screening. This thing has good speed, and also with that railgun can punch above its weight class and destroy anything below its weight class, definitely. I really like the tiered scaling in the back as it gets towards the thrusters, and it really allows you to create, those super firing PDCs I keep on talking about that can fire over each other, so all PDCs can fire at once, and then of course really allowing for a huge drive section in the back for great speed and great acceleration, which is really, really important on a PvP server like the Draconis Expanse. Here's a better look at that railgun, just a nice, good emplacement that can fire backwards and forwards and in a 180-degree arc at all directions, and then going inside the ship. All of Void ships look like they have pretty sparse interiors, but this one is pretty cool with lots of catwalks going up and down to lead to the different decks, and of course a pilot seat at the very top. Next up is a ship I'm very excited to show. This is the Garuda class cruiser by Danimal. It is a very, very capable ship that has been proven in combat multiple times, gone 1-to-1 with other heavy cruisers, and overall just been a really, really good combat ship. You can see it has dual railguns and also super firing PDCs basically everywhere. Every single PDC can fire at once facing any direction, which is super cool. And I think it just has a really, really, really great silhouette overall. Kind of looks like a weird mix between a Donager and a Pella class. Coming around the back, you can see that there's a little bit of the mirror armor used here to give it at least a little bit of stealth when other people are looking at it with the cameras. And of course, just an absolutely massive drive section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main drives and 4 supplementary drives, allowing them to keep a low drive signal so they cannot be found very easily if they need to. And when they want to kick on all the drives, of course, they have an absolutely massive drive signal. But that, of course, is when you don't want to be stealth. Again, I think the ship is just incredibly well designed. I think the aesthetics are on point. The use of greebling all over is very great. They're not trying to hide the RCS thrusters because that doesn't really matter on this server. And then of course you can see there GOC and Garuda on the side, giving the fleet and name of the ship, and then 4 forward-facing torpedoes. And I'm sure there are other torpedoes around, but I did not look for them. Another ship that I'm really excited to show off, this is a server replica of the MCRN D-Class freighter by Saros. It's a logistical ship. You can see it in multiple episodes of the show, and Saros did a really good job of adapting it to actually be useful on the server. You can see it has these huge cargo pods on the back, and then also large hangar space in the front for free floating cargo or for any other freight that you need to haul. Overall, I think Saros did a really good job making this look utilitarian, but also making it look realistic, how it would look in the show, and then also adapting it for the server. Zooming in here, you can see the cargo pods in the rear section with some nice access there, using the conveyor ports as greebling and the RCS thrusters between them. Moving up to the front of the ship, this is the interior of the large hangars on each side of the ship. And then of course there's a hangar underneath as well that's much smaller for maybe a skiff or other freight. And then here you can see the outside of those cargo pods again, with the secondary hangar underneath it, and just showing off the actual insane amount of space on this ship. Here's another shot with the hangar doors open. You can see how absolutely massive these freight cargo pods are. Again, some really good talent overall for all of these ships. I'm excited to show these off. Of course, not all of these are available because these are ships that are being showcased that are on server. So of course, when you're on a PvP server, operational security and information are the biggest thing in large factions who make ships like this. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and subscribe.